November's midterm elections could decide control of Congress. However, in 2022, nearly half of eligible Americans didn't cast a ballot. As part of WAER CNY Decide series, Matthew Davison looks at why voters do not get engaged.
The shell game. It works because the cops move faster than the eye can follow. For American voters, politics can feel the same way, fast-moving and hard to track. And for many, the easiest move is to walk away from the table.
It gets so convoluted that people just don't bother. They pay their taxes without fully knowing where those taxes are going.
Sagar Meghani has been the Washington correspondent for the Associated Press for 2 decades. He says what many voters feel isn't just frustration, it's disconnection, where D.C. can feel a world apart.
It's easy to see how it all seems kind of foreign to somebody who is looking from whether they're in Boston or San Francisco or Syracuse, wondering what is going on.
Syracuse University political scientist Grant Reher says the feeling of being on the outside looking in isn't a coincidence. The game was never designed to be easy to follow.
Americans are asked to vote for more things more frequently than almost any other citizens in any other Western country.
And Reher says when the cups keep moving, people eventually stop watching.
I think maybe we're asking too much from the individual citizen, both in terms of gathering information, processing that information, and then coming up with some sort of rational plan.
Where people get that information matters too. A recent Gallup poll shows only about a third of Americans trust traditional news sources. Meghani says rebuilding that trust starts with going back to the basics.
Trust the outlets that you've been able to trust for going on 2 centuries now. Trust the actual facts. Trust the actual journalism.
Reher says civic trust moves in both directions. Voters must seek out responsible news sources and push back when politicians avoid answering critical questions.
Bottom line to the average citizen, do some digging. You have to be persistent. And hey, look, if someone isn't willing to talk to you, hold them accountable for it.
If no one is watching when the shells are lifted, the voter rarely wins. With control of Congress on the line this November, tuning out doesn't just mean missing information. It can shape who ends up in power. For CNY Decides, I'm Matthew Davison in Syracuse.